I am Charles, as he said, and I'm the founder CEO of Tax Status, and we have Chuck. And we are hiring, so if you have a variation of Charles, like a Chaz or something, come on down. We, for 5 years, have been delivering financial data from the IRS directly to banks and fintechs. And we're doing it all over API and through websites that you'll see here. And we're uniquely situated to provide this service. The reason is because our entire professional staff are former IRS. They're retirees. After they've been at the IRS for 30 years, they have the chance to come work with us. And the reason they do that is because, A, they're experts in what they do, and you can't go to school or take a class to learn how the IRS operates. So the IRS, as you know, is a black box. We submit our returns and hope to God we did it right. Well, unfortunately, they also are the single source of truth with respect to financial health and also all of your income, right? So for the first time ever, we're making it available to you guys so you can see exactly what the IRS sees. So, and at the bank, obviously that means that every department needs tax data for different reasons, right? You've got deposits need to verify, know your customer. Let's look at the EIN, SSN, is it real? Let's go look, right? So we can do it with deposits and mortgage, SBA lending, all of it's required. Fannie and Freddie, the SBA, all need real information from the IRS, and so we provide that. So unfortunately, this is what the world looks like today for all of you at the bank. For the last 30 years, you've all been beaten down by the IRS because we have to fill out stupid forms like this. This is the 4506C that allows them to grab 1 or 2 transcripts, use it in mortgage, like I said, use it in all the departments, and it's brutal. It takes right now 2.5 weeks to get back 1 or 2 transcripts. It could take, I mean, it was actually 4 or 5 weeks about 2 months ago. It's a nightmare. But so Tax Status does it differently. We don't use this form. We do everything digitally, and what we do is we get consent from the taxpayer in a different way. And the way we do that is by asking them and do an electronic signature, and the whole thing is seamless and takes 20 seconds, as we'll demonstrate here. But what's neat about it is the consent we get is not a one-time use like the form. What we do instead is we have it fully automated and continuous consent. So we can look in and look at all the information in real time every day if you want to see it. So what does it look like when you can log in literally and see everything? This is what we call the tax status report. Right here is what the underwriters told us they need to know right now. We've got everything here on the bottom right is your income. It's businesses or individuals, right? So we can see everyone's income and not 1 or 2 pieces of income, all the income. So we're showing the income, we're showing the wages, we're showing total balance due. Okay, so maybe they made a ton of money, but guess what? They also owe a ton of money. So we can show you that as well. On the left side is all the compliance, so you can actually see, are they filing? Are they not filing? Are they on time? Are they late all the time? And it's not just the annuals. We're also showing payroll taxes, right? We're showing you if they're actually making their payroll and they're doing it timely. And at the very top is how we get our name. It's the status, the tax account status, the IRS account status. We can show audit, compliance, and collection activity. What does the IRS see? This is it. This is how they determine who to go after. And that score at the top reflects how long they have before lightning will strike. So in the red, you literally have 2 weeks, or the IRS is going to liquidate their checking account through a bank levy, or file a tax lien, which clearly your risk and credit departments need to know about. And in yellow, you got 6 weeks. In the green, you're fine. IRS doesn't care about you. So to create a report like this, what's the source? What do we get? How is this possible? How are we getting all this data? So Chuck's logging in right now, so I want to show you right here, bring up any, you already brought up my account. All right, so here we go. Here's Charles Allman, and you notice that right here, here's all the tax return transcripts. Here's all the record of account transcripts. Here's 10 years of wage and income transcripts. So everything I've made, all K-1s, 1099s, W-2s, retirement, savings account, anything is listed right there. And at the very bottom is account transcripts where we can literally show you not only annuals, we're showing you civil penalties, 1040 separate assessments, the payroll taxes, all of that stuff is right here as well. And you'll notice a little button on the bottom right, or the top right there, it says update these. Because we're connected to the IRS in real time, you click update, all the data is refreshed instantaneously in 1/3 of a second. So that's the difference between old school paper 4506 and real-time connection to the IRS. So what does it look like then? How do we get all that data, right? Literally, we just saw 80 transcripts. In the old form, you could order 4 max. We're now showing you everything the IRS knows about somebody, and Chuck right here is ordering tax data with a checkbox. That's it. So all the bank has to do is literally identify who it is they want to grab, and we send an email or text message to the taxpayer. We get consent from the taxpayer because the taxpayer owns the rights to their data. A lot of people think it's the IRS. It's not. The taxpayer owns their rights to their data and therefore can choose to do what they want to with it. And in this case, they want a loan, and they want to give the tax records to the bank with a checkbox instead of go digging through their files for 4 years of tax data. So you can see here he's agreeing to the IRS consent. And then so right here he says, yep, all done, first name, last name, and date, and we're all good. So what you've just seen here is with the process. It takes 20 seconds to get consent from the taxpayer. So what you've seen is all the data consolidated into a single report called the tax status report. And then you've seen the ability to literally, like Amazon, go in and order any transcript you want. It helps all of your departments because it's shared across the entire bank. And the best part, oh, that's right, there was one last thing, because that's what Steve Jobs told us to do. If we're connected to the IRS in real time, all the time, then why can't the system just notify the bank when something important happens? We call that Irs Account Monitoring. We're the only company doing it. And so the idea here is that quite simply, Chuck can go in here and say, you know what? If a federal tax lien is filed against any of the collateral that was used on any of my loans in the portfolio, boom, I need to know about it and send it to the risk department. Or instead of chasing people for those annual audits you have to do, instead of chasing them down, new filings can be sent now to the loan department. All of it automated, all of it happening in real time, and they never have to chase down a customer. Customers love you. No more dragging them back and forth looking for tax returns. So anyway, running out of time, just want to let you know that, seriously, if you're a fintech and you want to put all this in your system, it's API driven, no problem. Come on by and we'll show you how it's done. Thank you very much.